Hey guys, and welcome back. Full time tonight at St James's Park. Newcastle United 4, PSG 1. Did anyone see that coming? I think some people have put Newcastle on to win, but actually beat the French champions 4-1 like that in the Champions League to humiliate and humble, I would say, the PSG Ultras. They were sitting down at the end of the game in silence. They had to wait an hour after the game before they could leave the stadium. They must hate every single minute out when they're sitting down. Honestly, I don't tend to talk about the opposition fans. They were clashed during the game, but before the match they were spitting, they were very aggressive, they were getting in fans' faces, trying to start fights, middle fingers. They was just doing everything to try and antagonise Newcastle fans. And they must have won at this game today thinking we're going to get an easy win, we're going to go top of the group. All of a sudden Newcastle turn up. That ain't happening, Chief. We won 4-1 and we have just obliterated what is a world-class team. We made PSG look bad, and for any team to do that in today's game against the likes of Kylian Mbappe, I mean, the guy was just shut down the entire match. Newcastle double up on him. We know that nothing was going to go in his favour, and for Newcastle anyway, we just controlled everything about it. Now, the reason why I'm currently standing here is actually because I had a chance to go in the Champions Club today on behalf of TNT Sports. So we'll talk a bit more in detail about it tomorrow when I get a chance to actually show the footage from it, but pretty much I was working with them tonight. Unbelievable opportunity, I had to say it's thanks to you guys where I get to do such a thing like that. And speaking of TNT Sports as well, it is the only place where you can watch the Champions League this season at home, so make sure you get down to the comment section where I actually got the links to TNT Sports. Make sure to check it out, and obviously get your subscriptions to see memorable and historic moments like that. Now for me, I'm 22 years old. I have been to about 240 Newcastle games in my lifetime, and that one is easily the best. I don't think Newcastle's had a win like that since we beat Barcelona 3-2 back in 1998, I believe it was. We haven't had a win like that. That is historic. You won't do better than that unless we progress and win the Champions League. I mean, you're not going to get to a stage like that so soon since the takeover. I mean, you can't believe it, can you? I mean, less than 2 years ago we had Steve Bruce and Mike Ashley, and tonight we've just destroyed a Paris Saint-Germain team that is still world class. I mean, look at the state of their goal, by the way. Lucas Hernandez, he's gone behind us, absolutely perfect. I mean, when they want to, they can turn up and score world class goals, and they can't pick apart a team like Newcastle. But we were so composed. We controlled everything. We didn't let them have a sniff of the ball. We doubled up and we put them down every single time. They were rattled. They couldn't handle the crowd. They couldn't handle Newcastle's intensity, the pressure. The players were so aggressive. I want to give a shout out straight away to some of the players. I mean, the likes of Jamal Lascelles. This is the guy that's played 3 matches in a row. He's beaten Manchester City, he's beaten Burnley, and he's beaten PSG. This guy hasn't played for like a year. All of a sudden, he's just turned up and just put 3 class performances. And again tonight, some of the tackles he's putting in last-ditch efforts. He's covering up Dan Burnley. He's helping everyone out. I mean, a guy like Jamal Lascelles deserves everything of that tonight. Someone that's been for us through the crap years, captained us when we got relegated back in 2016, and now 7 years later, he's just captained us and we beat PSG. He's put a class performance in as well. Fair play to every single one of these Newcastle United players. They had a game plan. Eddie Howe had an idea. Everything worked. It worked like clockwork, and Newcastle deserved every ounce of that. They deserved it all. And fair play to them. Fair play to everything they've done tonight. They deserved every piece of it. But yeah, we'll get through the goals first, and afterwards we'll finish things off. But I mean, 4-1. Say the best for last as well, but we'll begin first. Number 1, Isak has a shot. To be fair to Donnarumma, all in the long stuff goal, had a class game. I mean, he's done everything to keep PSG in it. Made an unbelievable save from Isak, and one composure, player of the match. He puts it into the bottom corner. Someone that's got griefed time and time again. Who's end product? He's turned up and scored our first goal in the Champions League in 20 years. That is historic. That's changed. It's Almiron, it's nobody else. Dan Burn puts his 2-0 up. Donnarumma makes a class triple save, but unfortunately for him, the third shot is over the line. Dan Burn has been able to put it in. Great header, so much power behind it. The goalkeeper has saved it, but you just can't keep it from going past the line. There's so much on it. And Newcastle going half time to up, and PSG have had 3 shots the entire half. All them long shots, are taking pop shots. I don't know what to do. They're completely out of ideas. And you think about it again, I mean, this PSG team's class. They are so good. Newcastle just gave them nothing in the game. They couldn't do anything. We continued to press, and PSG just had no answer. They had no answer to the question. They couldn't finish the boot. Newcastle go on half time 2-0 up, come back out, Longstaff puts 3 up straight away. I can't believe, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, 3-0 up, Longstaff. To be fair, Donnarumma should have saved it, but there's just so much power behind it. He's made it he's made it impossible for the goalkeeper. He's straight away to went in. PSG are rattled, they couldn't do anything. They do score a couple minutes later. To be fair, a class PSG goal. But even then, even after they scored and they started to get back into the game, I never thought they were going to do it. I never thought they would score a second goal. I thought Newcastle were just that good. Any odd game, you have Newcastle, you're thinking, we're not doing it. But this is a different era. This is a different Newcastle United side. This is a team that will never give up. They will go from minute 1 to 90. They will give 100%. PSG, despite scoring, couldn't do anything more. They needed everything today, and they just couldn't do it. They couldn't live in Newcastle. And I think going into this game, they would have been aware of how good Newcastle are, but I don't think they expected that. I think they'll still come here arrogant, confident, and going, well, you know what, we're going to beat Newcastle every day of the week. And guess what? They didn't. They got destroyed. And speaking of the goals, we've got number 4, Fabian Shaw. I mean, the guy is practically slipping over, and he's still put it in the top corner. What an unbelievable goal in the minute of the game that was as well. Someone again that's been class for Newcastle for several years, and these players, Longstaff, Byrne, Almiron, Shaw, scoring in the Champions League. You wouldn't have ever said it, would you? I mean, with the exception of Byrne, all 3 of these players were here before the takeover. This was before the PAF came in, before we spent that money. These players have already done it, and these players now look so much better than they did all those years ago, and you've got to give them credit because they deserve every bit of that today. Fair play to every single one of them now. As for me, the next couple of videos, as I mentioned, we've got the PSG Ultras yesterday, so that's going to be a half-an-hour video. We've got everything. We've got interviews with Malcolm McDonald for the game as he talks for the team. We've got all sorts. We've got so many videos coming up. I'm going to be going out in the town to celebrate the win, so we're going to be getting video of a drunk Newcastle fans. Hopefully the Ultras are well behaved, and I've got a feeling that some of them probably aren't, because how aggressive they were before the game. Probably looking to try and get some revenge, which is sad because it shouldn't be like that in football, but I've got a feeling they will try to look. But honestly, for my final words, hello pal. The final words I'll say today before we wrap things up is Newcastle deserved everything from that game. 100%, all 11 of those players on the pitch and the subs. Class, absolutely class. And we're going to West Ham now on Sunday. Even though we just beat Man City last week, we beat PSG United, West Ham away will be a hard game. You got to remember Anthony Gordon is suspended. Newcastle got several injuries continuing to pick up. West Ham have been good so far this season. They are also a European side, and we cannot be cocky after that. We can't just go, you know what, we beat West Ham. It doesn't work like that. That will be a hard game. I tell you now, every single day of the week they will give us a good game, and they will potentially take points off it too. It's important for Newcastle to build on that international break afterwards, get this win against West Ham, then we're done. We can relax for a couple of weeks, get everything sorted, and then come back against Dortmund. But yeah, full time tonight at St James's Park. I will repeat it one more time. Newcastle United 4, PSG 1. Never, never, never in a million years did I see that coming. That is the best performance, the best display I've seen from the Newcastle United team ever. I've never seen a performance like that in person and in my lifetime. Honestly, unless you count a Champions League game from 2002 or something like that, I don't think Newcastle's ever put a performance quite like that magnitude in, because there's no European games, and secondly in the Premier League. I mean, I've had a couple of class performances here and there over the years, but nothing like that. I've never seen anything like that before. But thank you guys for watching. Take care. Let me know your thoughts on my match reaction. See you in the next one. Get in there. We've actually won the 4-1.